Welcome. In this explainer, we're diving into the blueprint for one of our most defining features. You could call it a beautiful biological glitch, the simple, powerful act of wondering. Okay, so what is iWonders? Well, it all starts with the name itself. It's a name that's designed to feel less like some corporate brand and a lot more like a thought just drifting off on the wind. And the key is really in how you say it. It's just, I wonder. Simple as that. The name is pronounced exactly like the phrase, but we let that ending kind of drift off, air, like a half-finished thought. You know? It's an open-ended sound because it's for an open-ended idea. And this image, this just perfectly captures the whole philosophy. That little I, well, that's us. That's the humble observer, the lesser mortal, just standing on the ground looking up. And that giant W, that's the vast, sprawling wonder we're looking at, a question that just feels so much bigger than the person asking it. So this whole idea, it builds into a kind of mission, one that sees curiosity not as just a choice we make, but as a deep biological need. It's a rebellion against the period at the end of a sentence. Yeah, a rebellion against the full stop. At the very heart of this mission is this fundamental tension, this constant push and pull. On one side, you've got authority, the systems that need stability, that demand certainty and final answers. But on the other side, you've got wonder, that messy human impulse that creates instability precisely because it asks questions. It's the ultimate battle between the status quo and the restless human spirit. And get this rebellion isn't just some philosophical idea. It is literally written into our DNA. I mean, some of us actually carry what's called the wanderlust gene, the DRD47R gene, which is linked to seeking out new things. Our brains are hardwired with a dopamine loop that gives us this little chemical hit for solving mysteries. We are basically infovores. We are biologically driven to hunt for meaning in the exact same way animals hunt for food. So how does iWondAIr go about exploring these gigantic questions? The method is actually pretty simple, but incredibly powerful. You just pair a very human spark with a very, very capable engine. It always begins with that small I, a humble human observation. Just someone noticing something and asking why. That little spark is then handed over to an AI catalyst, which is a tool powerful enough to take that one simple question and map its journey across a dozen different complex fields, from biology all the way to philosophy. Now, to really see this method in action, let's look at the very first journey iWondAIr is taking. It's a question about the act of questioning itself. I mean, think about it for a second. Most of the natural world, it just operates on this simple closed loop of survival. A buffalo eats, a tree grows toward the sun. They don't ask why. They don't need to. They simply are the answer to their environment. But humans, we broke that loop. We sent ourselves on this incredible roller coaster. And it might have started millions of years ago, not with a word, but with a silent gesture. Just pointing. Not to demand food, but just to share attention. To say, hey, look at that. That simple gesture evolved into a Socratic tool for challenging power. And today, it's at the very edge of physics. And this leads us to a really profound, kind of mind-bending idea. You see, in quantum mechanics, the observer effect suggests that the universe literally behaves differently just because we're curious enough to look at it. Our questions don't just describe reality, they might actually be helping to create it. So this primal question, it's just the beginning, right? It's the very first entry in a whole library of wonder that we're planning to explore. In this first season, we're going to take that rebellious questioning gene of ours on a tour of the everyday. We're going to explore things like the geometry of a secret, the crazy immortality of a plastic spoon, the architecture of home, and even the anatomy of a crowd. It's going to be a wild ride. But here's the thing. This journey isn't just for us to lead. It's really for everyone to join in. Wonder's not a spectator sport. The universe seems to be waiting for its next question. So let me ask you, what will you ask?